Well, good morning. Well, it's a sad morning at Southern Arsenal. And pardon me if I tear up a little bit or get stuck on my words or something. So today is it's just heartbreaking. I've come to the realization that I may be selling one of my firearms. But before I do, I hadn't done a video, not really in depth on this handgun, because you guys know, if you've owned one, then you've owned them all. A Glock is a Glock. So yes, we're talking about a Glock. Hang on a minute, I gotta have some coffee. Lord of mercy. So, with today's ever popular wonder pistols that are being released on the market, I was skeptical at first. You know, these guns are carrying such high capacity and high round count, they're never going to stay, they're not going to work, they're going to find issues with them. But they're starting to make some really good ones. That's my new macro with a damn red dot. And I'm getting used to the red dot, believe it or not. But anyway, some of my older firearms are starting to seem a little outdated. And not in this case. In this case, it's the cartridge. And as much as I love it, and of course we're talking, if you did any following of any firearms related stuff here lately, you know I'm talking about the beloved 40 Smith & Wesson. That cartridge. That cartridge has been on the gun belt, in the service belt, and in duty of, I would venture to say 90+% of military and law enforcement at some point, in some capacity, since its release in the Glock pistol in 1998. Glock released the 40 caliber Gen 3 Glock 23 in 1998. That cartridge has stopped a lot of bad guys. It has, and there's a reason why law enforcement and military all carried the 40 caliber Smith & Wesson. And I'll just give you the number one reason. You know, the 40 caliber, I'm gonna try to give you the quick version of it because this is set to be a longer video, and I'm gonna try to condense it without leaving out any important things. We all know the 1986 FBI shootout, where some FBI officers, FBI agents were injured, and it comes back to where they said they didn't have enough stopping power. So the FBI wanted a new cartridge. Here comes the 10mm. Turns out it was too much. Some of their female and smaller frame men couldn't handle the recoil of the 10mm cartridge. So they sent it back and they said, this is too much. Okay, so then along comes the 40. This is a 10mm short. That's what it is. They took the 10mm cartridge, shortened it up by, I don't know how much, but maybe that much. Same bullet weight, same everything, just a shorter case capacity. And named it 40 S&W. And the rest is history. Now, I know that some of you guys sit here and say today, you'll watch this video, if you watch it, and you'll say, well, 40 caliber, it ain't much more than 9mm. Horse shit. Excuse my French. Horse hockey. Pardon me, my smoke went out. 40 caliber Smith & Wesson is considerably more potent than 9mm. And I would venture to say, you take your hottest 9mm plus P and put it against a run-of-the-mill 40, it may be comparable. But now if you take the 40 caliber plus P and put it against the 9mm, it just runs away. So let's just talk standard pressure real quick. 40 caliber is far superior to 9mm. It just is. Standard pressure 40 caliber reaches, and in some instances exceeds, 45 ACP. And that breaks my heart to say that, because I'm a 45 guy. We're talking standard 45, 390 to 430 feet per second, not feet per second, foot-pounds of energy to muzzle. 40 does that and lasts. It's nothing to, this is easy. So, at 40, we're talking, if you were to use premium hollow points in the 45 ACP and the 40 exceeds it. We're talking about 430 plus foot-pounds energy at the muzzle. In magazines designed to carry more rounds. So the 40 found its home because it's just it found its, its niche, because it's just a great round. Speaking of magazines, we'll get back to the gun a little bit. I could preach all day on the 40 caliber and why it is the perfect Goldilocks cartridge for men. Now, some of you guys out here, and I'm not meaning no harm, some of you smaller statured guys or new shooters that bitch about the recoil of a 40 caliber pistol, about it's snappy. Well, I mean, hell, you've got it in a polymer gun, and this is a big polymer 40 caliber. Most of them, 40 has been shoved in things as small as the Caltex or Smith & Wesson shields. Of course it's snappy when you put it in let's say a standard shield that weighs 19 ounces. Good night. So is the 9mm, you just won't admit it. And of course, 40 would be more so because it's a heavier, harder hitting, superior cartridge. So anyway, stop bitching about everything not being perfect for you and start learning to perfect what you have. And ladies, 40 caliber, just really, I hate to say this, and I know some of you can shoot 40 accurately and fine and all, but it really wasn't. It's really not designed for you unless you have superior hand and wrist strength. It's snappy, okay? It's not any snappier than 9mm 45. That is entirely dependent on what gun you shoot it out of. If you want the 40 and you don't want the snappiness, get a bigger gun. It's that simple, and that'll calm it down. And there's other things you can do, like compensator slides and stuff, but we don't get into all that. We're going to talk about this gun. So, as we said, Glock 23. This is the Gen 3 model. First off, the gun is unloaded. I mean, you can see all the way up the barrel to the breech face. What makes it a Gen 3 for you guys that don't know? So, Gen 1 and 2 had smooth front strap here. Didn't have the finger grooves. Gen 3 come along with the finger grooves. Okay, love them or hate them. It's a mixed bag. There's two camps there. One's love them, one hates them. I don't care. You can't pick that gun up if you have a man-sized hand, and I don't have big hands. They're large, but they're not big, log fingers or anything. I think I wear a 10.5 ring finger, but it has finger grooves. I like them. My hand fits naturally where those grooves are, and they're cut that way on purpose. Glock did a wonderful job of placing these finger grooves, if you like that. But Gen 1 and 2 were slick. 3 and 4 had finger grooves, and 5, they went back to slick. It just goes to show you can't please everybody. Somebody's going to whine and bitch about something. but at least Glock tries. This gun, when it was bought new, didn't come with the California magazine, California compliant 10 rounds. My gun come with the full house, way it should be, 13 round mags. So, and I have a bucket full. I've got 5 in the case. So you're sitting here, you've got 13 plus 1 on board of your, what Glock calls a compact pistol. 14 rounds of 40 caliber, of 40 Smith & Wesson is a shitload of firepower in a handgun. This gun, of course, the sights have been changed to night sights. Of course, it was Duracoated back in the day before they come out with Cerakote, and it's got a slight stempling on the pads that Glock put. The pads was a little slick, so we stippled it a little bit. Give me a little pad up here because I hold this gun, something similar to that. And it's just a wonderful gun. I love this gun. It has sat on my bedside table. Something goes bump in the night and I have to pick up a handgun. Most of the time I do. This is it. You know, I can throw another mag in my pocket, have the 14 here and 13 here. I have got almost as many rounds on me as I would have in my AR-15. And I know the track record of both Glock and the 40 caliber round. Katie, bar the door, buddy. A couple of these and it's done. But, so, I'm gonna give you the nerd part of it. I'm gonna read off spec sheet. Listen, guys, I sit down and I research these things. I can't remember with all the damn firearms I have. If I remembered every little number and spec of all of them, golly, I would just be a damn I would just be sitting here slobbering because all I'd be doing is running numbers through my head. So I write them down to aid me and to aid you. So what's good about that is you don't have to research it because I went straight to the manufacturer and researched it for you just to verify what I already knew. So anyway, we've talked about the magazines. Glock 23 was released in 1998. We've talked about that. That was almost, what, 10, 12 years after the Glock 19. They saw the success with the 19 and they released the same gun in 40 caliber. That's what this is. The gun has a 4.2 inch barrel. Most of your test ballistics are done out of a 4-inch barrel. So when you check ballistics and you're using a Glock 23 or 19, it has the same length barrel. You can believe the ballistics to a point. The gun weighs, they give you 3 weights. I don't know why. They give you without the mag, with an empty mag, and with a loaded mag. The only one that makes a damn to me and you is with a loaded mag. The gun is 31.22 ounces with a loaded mag. That's a lot of ammo in this gun though, so it's gonna be heavier. And that's gonna fluctuate depending on what grain projectile you use. I use 165 grain, whether it be Federal HST or these Remington Golden Sabres. I'm testing those out. They seem to be doing pretty good. So it's fairly heavy compared to these Wonder guns. But there's really, look at the size. There's, I mean, size difference is negligible. You know, it really is. 9mm pray and spray, 40 caliber, one shot, he done. So that's just the way I see that. But anyway, it's heavy compared to the newer guns. It is. It's not as heavy as 1911 full-size models. But that weight aids in the shootability of this pistol too. This Glock is a Glock, man. And when you pop that mag in and release that slide drop, you know that gun's gonna shoot where you aim it every time. Right out of the box. You don't have to break in 300-400 rounds. You clean the Glock, load the Glock, shoot the Glock, and it does what it's supposed to do. That's why there's so many fanboys out here because of it. Okay, these guns come with a safe action trigger. That's what Glock calls them, basically. So there's no manual safety of any kind. There is this safe action trigger. If you can see right in here, that blade that keeps that pistol, that trigger from being depressed without the blade, right? Enough about that. It has a safe action trigger. You know, the magazines we were talking about, these come with standard 13 rounds. They can come with the 10 round if you would like. The California compliant 10 round magazines are easily found on Amazon, eBay. Glock still sells them. Why? But okay. So overall length is 7.36 inches. The slide overall length is 6.85 with a sight radius of 6.02. So only thing that matters to us is the sight radius, 6.02 inches. The gun is 1.26 inches wide at its furthest place, at its widest place, and that would include the controls and the frame. But the slide width is exactly 1 inch wide. Okay. Overall height, 5.4 inches. The gun comes with a trigger pull. Glocks are weird about the trigger pull. You can get some really good Glock triggers, or you can get some real shit. I mean, this gun has a 4.25 pound trigger pull, but the thing about it is it's sweet, it's smooth. I mean, that's the trigger pull. Reset, pull. It's not like having to pull. It's different. This gun has a good trigger for Glock. It's smooth, and when you're on sight and you're pulling down and you pull that trigger, it is real. It's a real nice trigger for a striker fired trigger. I don't know what else I wrote down here. Let me see. So we've talked about the ballistics of the 40 caliber round. In '98, when they released this pistol, also these guns come with a rail. They come with a little thumb place. I don't know what the hell they call that, thumb pad. I have not changed the controls. You can get extended controls to make it easier if you need be. This is before they had the interchangeable back straps and such, and it's fine. This gun fits perfectly. You don't have to manipulate the gun sideways and all to get to the mag catch. Empty mag. When you're done, your gun's still in the firing position. You mash the damn thing and the magazine comes out. But it's pretty much right where you need it to be, instead of having to flip it around and all that, even with the thick grip. So I mean, that's good. That's a big selling point for me on these, is that mag release is right there where I need it. So it's also, you know, just like it is on the Glock 23. Oh man, I hate to even, and I had a guy offer me a trade on a rifle that I've been looking for a long time to add to my collection. And you can't buy them anymore. I can buy another 23. And the Gen 3 still sells more Gen 3s today than they do the new Gen 5s. And we should talk a little bit. Now, it really doesn't matter about with this gun anymore because it was Duracoated before I got it. I bought it secondhand. But the Gen 3 come with the Tenefer coating, which if you look at some that aren't Duracoated or Cerakoted, the Tenefer's holding up today like it did 20 years ago. It's still just as nice today as it was 20. The best firearms coating ever put on a pistol was Tenefer, in my opinion, and Glock invented it. I think they invented it, but they utilize it on all the pistols. I think they stopped using Tenefer at Gen 4. This was the last Tenefer pistol. slide release, a loaded chamber indicator on a Glock pistol. I'm not gonna load it to show you, but the ejector will protrude out a little bit to where it's not meant to see, it's meant to feel. You can rub your finger, when you're in a firing position, you can run your finger down and this thing will be jutted out of the side a little more than what it is. Not much, but enough that you can feel it and tell that the gun's loaded. And you can also see, if you use like a nickel-plated brass or something, you can see it. So they come out with a loaded chamber indicator, that's what they called it. What else did they come out with on this gun? As you know, the gun don't have front cocking serrations like the new ones, and it has a flattened off front slide. They've beveled this recently, and they've added the front stripes just to stay in the market. They claim they beveled the front to where it makes easier holster. It might. Front slide thing, I could care less on this pistol. I like them on this pistol because of the optic. You know, I don't rack a gun like this. I use the optic, you know, whether that is what you're supposed to, or the little hole zero, I don't know. We'll find out. But just a wonderful, wonderful power. And if I think about it, man, Lord knows if I go outside and shoot it, I ain't getting rid of it. Because I'm just telling you, they're just that awesome. This one, and I think, you know, all Glocks are pretty much the same. Breakdown is so easy with Glocks. I mean, it just, let me say, yeah, that's it. You know, that's it. You break it down to oil it and clean it, and that's it. Reassembly, done. So, y'all pray for me, because I'm in a pickle. I don't know whether I really want to get rid of my 23 or not, but I won't never find another rifle like that in that condition. So that's where I'm at. I wish the hell I'd have never seen it, because I don't want to be in these positions. But the industry's trying to push 9mm, and you know, 9mm it's a capable round. They're even saying now the 9mm. I saw one video saying, oh, it's about the same as a 41 Magnum. Oh shit, 41 Magnum? Are you serious? It's not. It is a 9mm in its own class. The only thing in a conventional carry gun that 9mm is superior than is 380. And we're gonna leave that there. 380 is absolutely a capable cartridge. 9mm, more so. 40 caliber, more so. 45, more so. It doesn't make any sense. They don't have to keep lying to the public to get people to buy these guns. People want 9mm. There's no need to keep lying. They want it. Well, you know, and the biggest lie you've heard, well, 9mm is more controllable. But you're 147 grain plus P in that damn thing with a 3-inch barrel on a, let's just say a damn something small, like a Glock 43X or something other like that. 43X, even with large handles, it's hard to control it. You know, that is entirely dependent on what ammo you choose and what gun you're shooting it out of. I mean, that shit about the round is just less punishing. It is bull crap. It is just that. It is a selling market because they've got so many pansy asses out here now wanting to carry a gun because it's the thing to do. And then when they pick one up and they fire a 40 or 45, you know, they wet their pants, and then, you know, when they're untraumatized by the noise, they say, well, that's just too much. Well, so let me sell you this new tactical 9mm. It's gonna make you a better marksman because it has less recoil. Number one, it don't have that much less recoil, if any. Number two, it ain't gonna make you You know, you can put lipstick on a pig, you still got a damn pig. And if you're a pig, learn how to shoot. You don't gain marksmanship ability and skill by watching YouTube and wanting to be a marksman. You have to actually get out and shoot the damn guns. Number one, put your big boy drawers on and quit turning all these future children into these candy asses that you're trying to be now. Look, guns are loud. Guns have recoil. And that's just part of it. You know, that's just part of it. Quit dumbing down everybody, especially you instructors on here, dumbing everybody down, saying, well, 9mm is what I carry. So I hunted buffalo with a 9mm. No, you didn't. I went line hunting with a 9mm. Did you shoot a lion with a 9mm? No, because your ass is still here. I'm just saying, 9mm is a good cartridge for self-defense, but it is not the best cartridge here. Out of the Glock, not the Glock, but out of the 40 S&W and the 9mm, all things being equal in the common weights that you can find for them, 40 is far superior. And I don't mean a little bit, I mean far. It could even be a couple of more 100 pounds of energy at the muzzle compared to a 9mm. So stop whining and bitching. If you want to carry a gun, get out and shoot. But keep in mind, you heard me a while ago say these 9mm are spray and pray. Look, they give you 17, like that gun has 17 plus 1, so it's 18 rounds of 9mm in that pistol. Great, I love it. There's 14 of these 40 calibers in that pistol. And the only reason that I say that Glock's starting to be a little outdated is because it's heavier than the 9 to carry around. As far as ballistically on the bullet wise, I'd choose a 40 every day. If I could get 14 40s versus 18 9s, you damn right I'm on the 40 bandwagon. And I'll even carry 9 rounds of 45 versus 18 9mm. But that's just me. But you know why? Because I train and I can hit what I'm shooting at. That's what we need to get back to, is actual firearms training and firearms safety. Some of you guys couldn't. Anyway, I'm gonna quit. It just pisses me off that instructors are on here promoting the 9mm as your first cartridge for, home defense. You ever see these cop videos where they have to actually shoot a bad guy? And then you think you've got 3 guys standing here with Glock 19s mostly, or SIG 320s, but probably Glock 19 that holds 15 plus 1. And they unload on him. You've seen it on the news. Well, they shot him X amount of time. Do you know why? Because they had to. That 9mm is far less superior than the 40 caliber. Before they went back to 9mm, and it's because they didn't have a choice. 9mm ammo was cheaper, and that's why the agencies went back to 9 from 40, most of them. They didn't know if 1 or 2 rounds were going to stop the damn folks, so they just keep shooting until they're down. You get in a self-defense shooting, you can't do that. You can't. If you open up on somebody like that, they're going to fry your ass in the electric chair, because it no longer was self-defense, according to the judge and jury. So keep that in mind. 1 shot stops are better than 17 rounds of maybe. So anyway, whatever you do, carry a gun. God bless you. I'm sorry the videos went on. We're right at 30 minutes now, and I apologize, but I wanted to show you my Glock. It may have to go. It might. I don't know. But thank you for stopping by. Like and subscribe if you'd like. If you don't, then hell, just sit and watch videos for nothing. It don't cost you $1. It don't cost you anything to hit that button down there. But whatever. I mean, I ain't pushing for likes and subscribe. I ain't trying to make a living doing YouTube. So I just wanted to get that information out there about the Glock 23 and the 40 caliber round before they push it out the door. Superior round. It's a great handgun, a great round. So God bless you. Let's put God back first. Have a great day.